Vanakkam, Namaskaram, good morning, happy morning. Some josh I need. As I said, this is not our session, guys, this is your session. First of all, so grateful to IMA India, because without IMA India, we cannot have chapters. And to be part of IMA Chennai chapter is a blessing, because we have had amazing presidents in the past, right from Ganapati sir. Can we give him a big round of applause? We have Prem, one of the youngest but the brightest. Can we give him a big round of applause? And I always call him Paresh ji because he is one of the most helpful person you can ever see. So can we give him a big round of applause? I think this event is fitting thanks to Rohan for joining us. So once again, Rohan, we would love to give you a big round of applause for being with us. So we are grateful to IMA Chennai chapter, the members, the volunteers, but also to industrial economists for being part of the journey. Can the representative please stand from industrial economist? Can you give them a big round of applause, please? So this time I have a written speech because the question in my mind was leadership insights, young leaders, IMA Chennai. Why do we need all this, correct? Why do we need all this, correct? IMA is all about finance. How do you ensure that you become better in accounting? How do you understand even management accounting? How do you go to aspect of strategic aspects? But why leadership? I think there is an important statement that I learned quite early. Finance is the language of business. How many of you agree with that? Finance is the language of numbers. How many of you believe in that? But I think I learned the hard way, guys. Finance is the language of responsibility. So Praveen, thank you for the kind introduction. Okay, that was very, very kind of you to note down. But Praveen, you also say that perisa paaka porom, that was also came, but I'm only happy about it because I think only thing that life taught me is how responsible can I be in the world of finance. The number of unfortunate fraudulent incidents that happen. Today we speak about cybersecurity much more because of all the cyber frauds. And I think finance professionals like us, we have a huge responsibility in terms of ensuring that we are much more responsible. On that note, let me begin my speech on this topic on leadership because that's the whole theme today. Unfortunately, most of us, we equate leadership with designation, title, chair, or sometimes even the name board. Am I right? And the name board irundha, designation irundha, title irundha, avanga da leader nu. But something which I reminded myself is history's most enduring leaders reminded us otherwise. What I mean otherwise? Let me take two names which we all are familiar with. When you think of leadership, the two names that come to our mind that rise up is Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. Will you agree? Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. And I'll tell you why. Neither Mahatma Gandhi nor Nelson Mandela held any political office, correct? They didn't hold any political office. In fact, when they became famous, they were ordinary people. They were not even known as Bapu or something like a Nelson Mandela who was considered, a significant chief. No. Gandhi walked 240 miles to the sea with 78 followers, and by the time he reached Dandi, the Dandi March, a nation walked behind him. Look at the power of a single man, what inspiration a man can do to the world. Mandela spent decades organizing resistance to apartheid, much of it from behind prison bars. Robben Island, 28 years in prison. So from behind the prison bars with no office, no rank, no title, he was able to create and abolish apartheid. Because in one statement, both Gandhi and Mandela led purely on moral authority, moral grounds. Nalladu pannanu. To me, that is leadership. Nalladu pannanu. Can I do something to this world, make a difference? And I just wrote a statement which I thought I should read for myself again and again. The statement is, a leader is someone who demonstrates what's possible without the title. A leader is someone who demonstrates what's possible without the title. And I think this is something that I worship about this topic, because leadership is all about going that extra mile, even without knowing whether somebody is going to recognize you. That's leadership to me. So that is the spirit of today's gathering also, guys. Why this topic? Why did we choose this topic? That is the spirit. And we have done our best to bring leaders from strategic consulting, from HR world, cinema, academics, sports, from industry, as well as from social entrepreneurship. That's what we have done for this event. Not because of the titles or positions they carry, not because of that. We brought them because we realized the way they have influenced the society, the way they have influenced their inner circle, that is something that is very, very profound. And I think that is what you and I can do. Can we, sort of inspire our own inner circle? To me, what they have built through their work, through their choices, through their conviction is something that is highly remarkable. And I think you're truly going to enjoy the session that we're going to have, very soon. But why am I here? I thought I should share some insights with you, so I'll limit to 3. I'm going to share 3 insights. Are you all ready? Ready. R-E-A-D-Y. Are you all ready to, listen to 3 insights? Thank you, guys. Thank you. My very first insight is leadership is a practice, not a position. I'll repeat that. Leadership is a practice, not a position. What I mean by that is, we discussed about Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. To me, leadership is not a noun. Leadership is a verb. It's not a noun. Title kadiyadu. It's action. It's a verb. It is a verb we practice long before anyone gives us the permission to do what we are doing. That's what leadership to me is. It's a verb. And I want to mention this. The young leaders and members of IMA Chennai Chapter who have toiled hard, coordinated well, put together this today's event is a shining example, guys. And let me tell you, it is not just the main leaders out there. It includes volunteers, members who opted for joint responsibilities, non-IMA members, the past predecessors. They've all joined together to put this event. So before I go ahead, give them a big round of applause, guys. Thank you. So it has nothing to do with title. What I'm saying is everything is to do with a default response to a moment that needs someone to step up. Can one of us just step up, take that responsibility and say that I'm going to get it done? That is what, I want to inspire you. So the only request is, let's stop waiting for the title. I know we all love titles. Sometimes title is scary, guys. Chair nu solta ore responsibility dana. So don't think that titles are so admirable. Many of the senior leaders out here, they are nodding. You can see that. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes the title doesn't matter. What matters is, can we practice the verb? So the first insight is leadership is a practice. It's not a position. I come to my second insight, and this insight is again very powerful to me. The insight is clarity beats charisma. I'll repeat that again. Clarity beats charisma. Young leaders, many youngsters, they often think we need to be the loudest. We need to be the most magnetic person in the room to lead. Am I right? Sometimes when you speak loud, or you're very magnetic, beautifully dressed, you think that you can command the room. Not at all. Trust me, what is required is this beautiful word called clarity. And I want to take the name of my favorite, I'm sure many's favorite, the legendary MS Dhoni. Right? Cheer for MS Dhoni, guys. MS Dhoni, besides being a cool and calm person, I think he's very strategic in nature, inside. He made this statement which is etched in my mind. He says, you don't play for the crowd, you play for the country. You don't play for the crowd, you play for the country. Why I've written this statement is, it's a reminder that leadership is about responsibility, not applause. So sometimes, we think this title, chair, position, all, brings applause. It's about responsibility, guys. That's why I said finance is the language of responsibility. Language of responsibility. And to me, this clarity of direction communicated early and repeated long enough. I'll say that again. Clarity of direction communicated early and repeated long enough, trust me, there will always beat a perfect plan announced too late. The only problem with we as a human being is that we want to be perfect or near perfect, and the perfection, we announce it too late. I'm happy that some of you cleared, you said that I've cleared the exam. Once again, give them a big round of applause, guys, because happiness is always internal. You feel good, you have done something right. You feel good, you have done something which is worthy of even being proud, for that little moment, correct? That little moments of joy and happiness is what we are all cut out for. I'm saying this because leadership is the capacity to turn vision into reality. Namaloda dreams into reality. In fact, Abdul Kalam dream is not something that comes in sleep. Dream is something that doesn't let us sleep. Can it turn our vision into reality? That is leadership to me. And therefore, clarity beats charisma is my second insight. And trust me, clarity cuts through confusion and creates conviction. I'll say that again. Clarity cuts through confusion and creates conviction. You know what is leadership? Something that we believe in can be transferred to the other so that all of us work towards a common mission. That's leadership to me. I believe in something. Can I transfer that conviction to you so that we are all together in the journey, carrying it out so beautifully? I come to my third insight, and this insight is again very, very closer to my heart, guys. The third insight is conquer the mind before conquering the world. I'll say that again. Conquer the mind before conquering the world. Swami Vivekananda said it so beautifully. He said, the person who has conquered own mind has conquered the whole world. The person who has conquered the own mind has conquered the whole world. The person who conquers the self, the inner self, is the mightiest warrior. The problem is we are looking for external validation to see if you are all right. Ask this question, am I all right from inside? Am I truly cut out to do what I believe I'm going to do? Am I above the crowd? And the strength in CMA is not a qualification, it's a responsibility. When I see IMA India doing its best to promote CMA, they're not trying to get as many CMA qualified. They're getting responsible people in positions. That's why I said finance is a language of responsibility. So on this topic, the third insight, conquer the mind before conquering the world, please allow me to narrate a short story. This is an ancient Greek story which tells of the meeting between Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great. And why Alexander the Great? Does anybody know why the Great? Because at the young age, he conquered almost the entire world. By the time he was 32, he had conquered the entire world. So this is a meeting between Alexander the Great and Diogenes. Diogenes is a wandering monk, saint, who had nothing, but what he had was a mind of brilliance and enlightenment. That was Diogenes, a person of enlightenment, a person who was full of brilliance. So Alexander was very keen to gift his tutor Aristotle a gift. Maheshji, welcome to you. Thank you so much. Bitalaji, thank you so much. Most welcome, most welcome. Give them a big round of applause, guys. Thank you. So this is a short story where Alexander the Great wanted to gift his tutor Aristotle a gift. Mandapati enna gift? Mandapati and enna gift agano? Another mandapati da. So this Diogenes was such a brilliant saint, a brilliant mystic. So this is what happened. Deciding to present an enlightened mind as a gift to his teacher Aristotle, Alexander found Diogenes, the enlightened sage. Diogenes was lying under a tree, barely clothed, mandapati. He said, I don't want anything in life. I just want to live my life the way I want. So lying under the tree, barely clothed, that was Diogenes. Alexander saw him and said, this is what Alexander told Diogenes, I have decided to take you along with me as a gift for my teacher Aristotle. Look at what Alexander said. Please give a big round of applause. I have decided to take you along with me to gift you to my tutor Aristotle. இப்ப கேளுங்க, இதான் மெயின். Diogenes looked at Alexander simply and smiled. He just looked at him and simply smiled and said, I have everything with me, my life is complete, so I am not coming. What did Diogenes say? I have everything with me, my life is complete, so I am not coming. Alexander immediately tells, I don't think you understand to whom you are talking to. I am Alexander the Great. I do not take no for an answer. You must come with me. Nattimuru baranga. Alexander the Great. Diogenes smiles. So the beautiful thing that great people always have is carry an amazing smile. A smile is a curve that straightens everything, guys. Just imagine the statement, huh? A smile is a curve that can straighten everything. So Diogenes smiles and says, I don't allow others to make decisions for me. I take my own decisions. I have everything with me. My life is complete, so I am not coming. Exact statement which he said before. Now, listening to this the second time, Alexander is helpless. He totally became helpless. He falls on his knees and tells Diogenes, I feel jealous of you. As I have almost conquered the whole world at such a young age, and yet I do not feel I have everything and that my life is complete. How come you feel that way? Beautiful question, right? What a beautiful question. Diogenes again smiles and says, it is not in conquering the world that you feel you have everything and your life is complete. It is in conquering the inner self that you feel you have everything and your life is complete. And then he adds, the greatest victory is not victory over the world, the greatest victory is victory over the self. You want to achieve something in your life, guys? Conquer the mind. Don't just wait for the outside world to keep on telling you, hey, நீ கெத்துமா, நீ சோக்குமா, தேவையே இல்லை. Thank you, Praveen. அதுக்காக சொல்ல, thank you. No, I love this appreciation and all. But what I'm saying is that just don't wait for the outside people to always keep appreciating you. Can you work on the inside? Can you conquer the inner world? I think that's the beautiful message that we get here. Why am I saying this? This event that has been put together is exactly about these 3 insights and many more, with an opportunity for professional networking as well as genuine collaboration. Please, 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 during the breaks, lunchtime, meet up with each other, find out what the other person is doing, even befriend. Because one thing I've learned in my life is networking is the most important asset. That's called a net worth. And I'm very happy that we've got senior leaders, we have got young minds who are here. Because networking definition I learned only more effectively when I went to a BNI meeting. In the BNI meeting, they said networking is not connecting with people. I thought networking is connecting with people. They said networking is not connecting with people. Networking is connecting people with people, people with ideas, people with opportunities. I think that's what IMA Chennai Chapter can do to you guys. If only you are able to mingle well, network with each other, trust me, I think there could be some interesting opportunity or maybe a great friendship or maybe a future opportunity. Future lo varlam. That's what we are trying to do. So, what have we done today? We will have Mr. Pandeyarajan soon, the founder and chairman of Mafai Strategic Consultants, executive chairman of CLHR Group, former Minister for Education, Culture, Youth and Sports, Government of Tamil Nadu. He's going to be here to share perspectives on leadership shaped by decades at the intersection of business, public service and human capital. Look at that combination. Public service, former minister, educationist, consultant, strategic. You will never get to see such a person. So I'm so grateful to IMA Chennai Chapter. Thanks to a person called Vail, who I think is not at the moment. Vail is there. Can we give a big round of applause to Vail? And to Pareshji. And please, Pareshji, thank you for inviting such a doyen today. He's going to be with us soon. Following that, we move to a guest talk, Leadership Insights from Cinema to Campus, a person whom I cherish a lot, and I'm sure a lot of students from Avichi are also going to cherish. We're going to have Mr. ADM K. Shanmugam. He's going to be here soon. The Avici students are super excited. So who is he? He is the Managing Director of Avian Productions and Secretary and Correspondent of Avici College of Arts and Science. And because he's going to be here, it's going to be a rare vantage point spanning the world of Indian cinema and the world of education. That's the vantage point that we're going to have. And of course, we're going to close with a panel discussion on fueling tomorrow's leaders, bringing together Mr. Manimaran, Chairman of MD Coromandel Engineering and Director of Sasvita Home Finance. We're going to have Mr. Hafiz Khan, founder of Community, and then Ms. Anita Paul Durai, Padma Shri Awardee, former Indian basketball team captain, current under-18 Indian basketball coach, and working in Southern Railway as officer of special duty. Wow. Just looking at these profiles, again, I'm grateful to Vel Murugan, I'm grateful to Shankaran for bringing them. Please give them a big round of applause. Shankaran, thank you. Wherever you are, Shankaran, thank you so much. Thank you for bringing Mr. Hafiz. Okay, so I conclude, and my conclusion is this. First of all, let me thank you for spending your morning with us. So once again, a big round of applause, guys. Thanks to all those eminent persons who have accepted to come here and deliver their speech. But what is it that I want to conclude? I want to close with something, that is quite personal to me also, because this has happened to me quite a lot. Nobody is going to hand us a moment where we suddenly feel ready. Ready. I don't think nobody is going to hand us over that moment. You have to make yourself ready. The message I'm giving you is that if someone asks you, can you do it? Immediately say yes and then figure out how to do it. I'll repeat that again, guys. If someone asks you, can you do it? Immediately say yes and then figure out how to do it. To me, that is ready. Adhikku per dhaan ready. And I think that's very closer to me because the business I run, which is more of advisory, trust me, even I don't know what's coming to hit me. I have no clue. But then I have to be on my toes to even understand how do I sort of, agree to what I want to do, but then put significant effort, tireless effort to ensure that I come out successful. Because unfortunately, only success speaks louder in this world. If you're not successful, nobody even calls. But guys, on a serious note, it's only success that speaks louder in this world. So on that note, my only request is, if our actions can inspire others to do more, become more, learn more, be more, I think we are a leader. If just our actions can make others to become more,